Books presents an unabridged recording of Blood of Bass Tillman by Cotton Smith, narrated by Henry Strozier and directed by Abigail McHugh. This book is copyrighted 2007 by Cotton Smith. This recording is copyrighted 2008 by Recorded Books. Colorado, 1880. For most folks, the bad old days of gunfighting and lawlessness are receding. Gratefully forgotten shadows in the twilight of a desperate time. To look at some, you'd never think they'd have been part of it all. Respectable, upstanding pillars of the community. But all it takes is one senseless act of violence to make the searing pain of the past all too real once more. And now, Blood of Bass Tillman.
Chapter 1. Bass Tillman hadn't killed a man in years, or even thought about it. That was about to change. He had worked hard to become a respected lawyer in Longmont, Colorado, and leave his wild past behind. Now he was ready to kill again. It was all he could think about as he stared at the freshly dug graves of his son and daughter-in-law. Behind their last resting place was a silent split-log farmhouse, and beside it ran a narrow creek, favored by overgrown currant bushes, graying willows, and aging cottonwoods. Bass stared at the house, then at the ocean of rippling waves of buffalo grass to the west, with its faint outline of great mountains. His glazed stare took in the tree-teased ridge in the distance to the east that held carefully planted crops in place. He saw none of them. A soft, hesitant whisper came from barely moving lips. "The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Agony ripped at Bass's soul and jerked him to his knees. Deepening pain tore at the older man's heart. Grief etched new wrinkles on his wolf-lean face, and wetness burned at the corners of dark eyes. How could God let this happen? How could he? Was this God's revenge for his days as a gun for hire? Was it life's payment for a time when he didn't believe in anything except a gun, his own nerve, and the two men who rode at his side? Was it retribution for the lives the three gunfighters had taken years ago? Only light frost breath followed his questions in the early spring morning, as he laid the shovel on the spring-wet ground beside his knee-length boots and staggered to his feet. Muleer straps fluttered with the movement. Handmade wooden crosses would have to do for now. He would seek proper masonry in town later. Kicking the shovel away to get closer, he stepped toward the cross above his daughter-in-law's grave and straightened it from a perceived slight tilt to the right. His need for perfection had not left him even in his stunned sorrow. The graves themselves were squared off and neatly presented. Even in his young, unbridled days, his proficiency with a gun came more from being accurate than being quick. "I should have been with you." His voice cracked with the declaration. "Together we would have crossed over. Seti would have been waiting for us all. Yeah, we would have gone down, fighting, together." He stepped back, his legs not wanting to hold him. The words rolled out almost gently from the hardened attorney, like he was talking to a small boy who had lost a pet. Yet he knew the ache within him would never pass, never heal, ever. Not even after the murderers paid with their own blood. Not even after he pissed on their dead faces. He was a hard man. On that, most would agree. But his heart was breaking. At that, most would be surprised. Running his tongue across his...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.